Imagine a creature so elusive that even its footsteps seem to vanish in the mist. Yet it's so irresistibly charming that it could melt the heart of a statue. Now, imagine that this creature is also a symbol of survival, a living, breathing testament to nature's resilience. Intrigued? Well, today we're exploring the world of the giant panda, an animal so iconic it practically invented the concept of adorable yet endangered. Let's kick things off with a question. Why does a 300-pound bear with the ferocity of a kitten capture the world's imagination like nothing else? Is it the fluffy teddy bear vibes? The endearing clumsiness? Or maybe it's the mystery of how these gentle giants have managed to survive on a diet that's about as filling as a salad at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Spoiler alert, pandas are full of surprises, and what you're about to learn might just change the way you think about these black and white wonders. First up, let's talk about that diet. Yes, pandas are classified as carnivores, but in a plot twist that would make any screenwriter jealous, they've opted for a mostly vegetarian lifestyle. In fact, their diet is 99% bamboo. That's right, this hulking bear spends up to 14 hours a day munching on bamboo, which is like surviving on celery sticks and calling it gourmet. But here's the kicker. Bamboo isn't exactly packed with nutrients. So how does a creature that weighs as much as a small car survive on what's essentially nature's version of a diet snack? Well, pandas eat a lot of it, up to 40 pounds a day. And when they're not eating, they're sleeping to conserve energy. It's a life of eating, sleeping, and then eating some more. A routine many of us can only dream of. But why bamboo, you ask? Surely there's more to life than chewing on green sticks? Here's the thing. The ancestors of the modern panda were true carnivores, but as their environment changed, so did their diet. Bamboo became their main food source out of necessity, not choice. And over time, pandas adapted, developing a pseudo-thumb to help them grip those tricky bamboo stalks. Think of it as nature's version of a spork. Part tool, part appendage, 100% useful. So while pandas may have the digestive system of a meat-eater, their bamboo binge is a testament to their adaptability and survival instincts. Talk about going green. Speaking of survival, let's address the big bamboo-eating elephant in the room. Pandas are endangered, and their story is a roller coaster of highs and lows. At one point, there were fewer than 1,000 pandas left in the wild. A number so small it's almost unimaginable. But thanks to massive conservation efforts, that number has slowly crept back up. Still, pandas remain vulnerable, with habitat loss being their biggest threat. The irony? The very bamboo forests they rely on are disappearing, forcing pandas into smaller and smaller areas. It's like living in a world where your favorite restaurant keeps moving further away, and there's nothing else on the menu. But don't start sobbing into your pillow just yet. There's hope on the horizon. Conservation programs, both in China and around the world, have made significant strides in protecting panda habitats, and breeding programs have seen some success. It's a slow, steady climb. But if there's one thing pandas have taught us, it's that survival is a marathon, not a sprint. Now, let's take a closer look at those iconic black and white markings. Ever wonder why pandas look like they're always dressed for a black tie event? It's not just for show. The black patches around their eyes aren't just there to make them look more expressive, though it does help with the awe factor. Those patches are actually a form of camouflage. In the dense bamboo forests of China, the panda's distinctive coloring helps it blend into the shadows, making it harder for predators to spot them. The white fur, on the other hand, blends into the snow during winter months. So while pandas may seem like they're just sitting around looking cute, they're actually masters of disguise. But pandas aren't just about looking good and surviving on bamboo. They're also champions of conservation awareness. In 1961, the World Wildlife Fund adopted the panda as its logo, turning it into the global face of endangered species everywhere. Suddenly, pandas were more than just animals. They were symbols of the fight against extinction. Their plight has sparked international efforts to protect not just pandas, but countless other species that share their habitats. In a way, pandas have become the spokesbearers for the entire planet's environmental health. And let's be honest, who could say no to saving the planet when it involves these adorable giants? Yet for all their symbolic importance, pandas remain creatures of mystery. They're notoriously difficult to study in the wild, thanks to their elusive nature and the remote mountainous regions they call home. Even their reproductive habits are shrouded in intrigue. Female pandas are only fertile for a few days each year, which makes breeding a bit of a challenge. Add to that the fact that pandas are solitary animals, and you've got a recipe for some seriously elusive baby pandas. But when those rare cubs are born, it's a global celebration. After all, who wouldn't want to welcome a new generation of these fluffy ambassadors into the world? But let's not forget that for all their charm, pandas are still wild animals. Sure, they look like giant stuffed toys come to life. But they're also equipped with powerful jaws and teeth that can crush bamboo. And let's be real, if they wanted to, they could probably crush a lot more than that. Despite their docile appearance, pandas are still bears, with all the strength and instincts that come with the title. So while they may spend most of their time lounging around, pandas are more than capable of holding their own in the wild. It's just that, well, they'd rather not. And let's talk about those panda cubs for a minute. When baby pandas are born, they're ridiculously tiny, about the size of a stick of butter. Yeah, you heard that right. A creature that can grow up to weigh 300 pounds starts out as a pint-sized puffball. But don't let their size fool you. These little guys are tough. They have to be, given that they're born blind, hairless, and completely dependent on their mothers. It takes about a month before they start to resemble the fluffy panda cubs we all know and love. And once they start toddling around, it's cuteness overload. But beneath that adorable exterior lies the heart of a survivor. One that's ready to face the world's challenges head-on. Once they figure out how to walk, that is. Now, here's something to chew on. Did you know pandas have an incredibly strong bite force? With their massive jaws and strong molar teeth, pandas are built for chomping down on tough bamboo stalks. But those jaws aren't just good for eating. Pandas have one of the strongest bite forces of any land mammal, comparable to that of lions and tigers. So while they may seem gentle and slow, these bears are equipped to protect themselves if the need arises. Not that they're likely to pick a fight. Pandas are famously peaceful, preferring to spend their days munching away in solitude. But if push comes to shove, you can bet that a panda is more than capable of holding its own. Speaking of holding its own, the giant panda has managed to become one of the most beloved animals on the planet, and it's easy to see why. With their unique looks, gentle nature, and the way they seem to embody the very essence of tranquility, pandas have won hearts worldwide. But it's not just their cuteness that makes them special. It's their resilience. In a world that's constantly changing, pandas have adapted, survived, and even thrived in ways that few other species could manage. They're a testament to the power of perseverance, and a reminder that even the most unlikely creatures can have a profound impact on the world around them. So, the next time you see a panda, whether it's in a nature documentary, at a zoo, or as a cuddly plush toy, remember that there's so much more to this bear than meets the eye. They're not just symbols of conservation or mascots for endangered species. They're survivors, adapters, and, above all, living proof that even in the face of adversity, it's possible to find a way to thrive. How amazing is that?